Watches are pretty expensive, and you know what's even more expensive than a watch? A Rolex watch. So today in this video, I'll be going over 10 of the most expensive Rolex watches ever sold. Welcome back to Luxury Kings. Let's get into the video. Number 10, Rolex Platinum Diamond Pearl Master. The Platinum Diamond Pearl Master is the 10th most expensive Rolex ever sold as of today. Unlike its contemporary sibling, the Rolex Platinum Pearl Master is actually based on the day-date collection instead of the date just. This limited time edition, the 39mm dial of this watch is made from a special meteorite diamond and counts exactly 42 diamonds on its unique bezel.
Timepiece is absolutely singular in its appearance.
Number 9, James Bond's 1972 Rolex Submariner. This Submariner was actually worn by Sir Roger Moore in 1973 while playing the famous James Bond in the movie Live and Let Die. It was sold in the Geneva auction in 2015 for $365,000. Even though the watch does not even tell time anymore, it was modified from its original design specifically for the movie, and the back was signed by Roger Moore. The bezel of this watch was changed to look like a circular saw, which James Bond used to cut a rope in the movie, while the magnetic field of the watch is used to unzip Miss Caruso's beautiful dress. This watch is one of the most popular in the world because of the history and the fame the James Bond franchise brought to it. Number 8, Rolex GMT Master 2 Ice. The GMT Master 2 Ice's craftsmanship is priceless, which is what makes this watch the most expensive new Rolex. It is covered in its entirety by precious stones and made from a cool white gold. The dial has a pattern made up of diamonds and gold, and it also includes a waterproof case that's resistant of up to 100 meters or 330 feet, as well as a 50-hour power reserve. Cristiano Ronaldo, one of the most popular football superstars of our times, has worn this watch on December 28, 2019, during the 14th edition of the Dubai International Sports Conference. Number 7, Jack Nicklaus Rolex Day Date. This 18-karat gold Rolex was given to golfer Jack Nicklaus by Rolex in 1967 and has brought him tons of luck. He has probably worn it pretty much every day since it was gifted to him, and it accompanied him on 12 out of his 18 major professional championship titles, such as U.S. Master Championships, PGA Championships, or the Open Championships, and various other events throughout his 5 decades career. It was sold on December 10, 2019 for $1 million in a private auction, equating $1.22 million with the buyer's premium. The proceeds from the sale were donated to Nicholas's charity, the Nicholas Children's Healthcare Foundation.
To the older ones where it's like an open piece.
Number 6, Eric Clapton's Rolex Oyster Albino Cosmograph Daytona. The Oyster Albino is so special because there are only 4 of them in the world that have the dial in a single color. Usually the dial in the Daytona has 2 colors to make the chronograph totalizers contrast with the rest of the dial. This particular watch sold not just once, but twice for staggering amounts of money during public auctions. The first time was in 2003 for $505,000, and the second in May 2015 for $1.4 million at another Phillips auction in Geneva.
Parts that are easier to relubricate during maintenance and servicing. It can be
Number 5, Marlon Brando's Apocalypse Now Rolex GMT Master. After only 15 minutes of intense bidding at a recent Phillips auction in December 2019, the GMT Master Rolex sold way over the expected price. This watch, manufactured in 1972 and worn in the 1979 movie Apocalypse Now by award-winning actor Marlon Brando, is unique because its bezel was removed for the movie at the request of Francis Ford Coppola. It also has a black leather strap, which is on its own is nothing special, but most Rolex watches are not equipped with leather straps. They are known for their bracelets.
Design that is slightly different. The lugs are ever so slightly thicker, but it is easy to discern.
Number 4, Anti-Magnetique reference 4113 from 1942. The Anti-Magnetique Rolex reference from 4113 from 1942 is the oldest on our list and the 4th most expensive Rolex ever sold. It also has the largest case of any Rolex ever built at 44mm. As far as it is known, there are only 12 reference 4113s that still exist nowadays. This particular model was initially designed as a special gift to celebrate a race victory. This is the second watch on our list that has sold at multiple auctions. Most recently in 2013 at Christie's for $1.16 million, and for almost double the price in Geneva at the Phillips auction in May 2016.
It's famous-ish and fitted with features more befitting a dive watch, dressed in a shiny case.
Number 3, Rolex Bao Dai. This Rolex reference 6062 was initially sold to the last emperor of Vietnam's Nguyen dynasty. Back in 1954, at that time, it was the most expensive Rolex watch. The wonderful gold case with its black dial makes this watch one of the rarest but also most recognizable Rolex models of all time. According to Hahn & Key, only 3 were ever produced, and this particular watch is the only one that has diamonds on the even hours, which makes it one of the most sought-after watches in the world. The Bao Dai sold in May 2017 at the Phillips auction in Geneva for $5.1 million. This watch was also previously sold by the Nguyen family in 2002 for $235,000, the biggest price for a Rolex watch at the time.
From his late son, he wasn't pleased at all with
Number 2, 1971 Rolex Daytona reference 626 unicorn. Looking at the picture of this particular model can make you understand its ridiculous price tag. The unicorn is the only vintage white gold Rolex Cosmograph Daytona ever produced, and the proceeds from this sale were donated to the charity Children Action by watch collector John Goldberger.
Are designed for motor racing, which we'll come on to a little bit later on. But when it was first released in 1963, it wasn't.
Number 1, Paul Newman's Rolex Daytona. Paul Newman's Daytona is the most expensive watch ever sold in the world, which breaks the previous record held by 1943 Patek Philippe, which sold for $11 million in 2016. Watch collectors bid so high for this particular model because of its previous owner's unique story. It was gifted to Paul Newman by his wife Joanna Woodward, while Paul was starring in the movie Winning in 1969. Rolex is a brand the most affluent and powerful people in the world can associate with. Aside from the luxurious and desirable product only a few privileged can indulge in, it is a symbol of success.
Tiffany takes the lead at 14,200,000. Ahead of Lisa.
This brings us to the end of our video. I hope you enjoyed it. Hit like if you did, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel so you don't miss out on any of our videos in the future. Also watch the 2 videos that are on your screen because I'm sure you'll love them. With that, I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.